Good morning, everyone. Welcome to It's All Grady. I'm Denise.
And I'm Marcel.
Hi, you guys. Welcome to our homestead.
Yeah, guys, welcome.
We've been talking about something for quite a while. Today we are not on our house build, but we're going to jump on something new.
Yeah, guys, so in previous videos, we had discussed a super cool project that we were working on. Today, we are going to introduce you to that super cool project. So before we go over there, I just wanted to mention that our plans since we've been out here has been to try to come up with small business ideas so that we can stay out here, right? All right, guys, let's go in here so I can show you what's up.
All right, you guys, let's head in there.
Creality reached out to us and asked us if we would accept their laser engraver cutter for a review. So we were like, heck yeah, man, that sounds super sweet. And before we even knew it, we had a laser cutter engraver, and at that point we didn't even know how to use it. So, to say the least, we were a little bit intimidated at first. All right, so the first thing we're going to introduce you to is the Creality Falcon 2 laser engraver cutter. This baby has a 40 watt, guys, a 40 watt laser beam. That just sounds so sweet to me, man. Like, the possibilities are endless, right? It's a laser beam. All right, so we've had to record this more than once now because I get overexcited trying to explain it. So here we are. This thing is pretty sweet, guys. It comes out completely assembled, the frame, right? So the frame is on here. It's all squared up. It's in the box, beautifully packed, right? The only thing we got to worry about is hooking up the air hose and hooking up the beam, which is all super sweet and easy. You'll see we ran through it a little bit with the unboxing of this thing. Couple of the cool features on the front of this thing here, guys, that I just want to make mention of is the safety portion of it, right? Because when you think laser beam, you start to think, oh my God, it's a laser beam, right? That's what I thought. It's a freaking laser beam, right? But this thing, you can lock it out. It has a key, right? You can lock this sucker out, so it's not operating without that being unlocked, okay? And it also has a super cool stop button on it. Right, so if anything was to happen, like a fire or it started cutting something you weren't expecting, like your finger, I don't know, right? You could stop this thing, bam, with the slap of your hand, and it works pretty sweet, right? Shuts that sucker right off. The other cool feature that I really want to make mention of is this triple monitoring system on this laser, right? It comes with the air assist, right? So you want to know that your air is working properly, right? It comes with the fire, right? So you know whether this thing is on fire or not. It knows it. It can shut itself down, right? And then it comes with the lens monitor. The lens monitor, guys. So if this lens is dirty, it will tell you. How super sweet is that? Like, you can probably just clean it routinely, but if it does get something on it, it lets you know. It's time to clean me. How super sweet of a feature is that? That the Creality Falcon 2 was super simple to assemble, right? The frame already came out assembled, squared, everything. It was ready to rock and roll. The only thing we had to do was hook up the laser, which was super easy. We had to hook up the feet, guys, which come with little rubber stoppers on the bottom so it don't skid and slide, right? That's super sweet, right? And then it came with an extension, right? So you can get your machine up off your work area if you wanted to work on something a little bit bigger. All you have to do is plug in the power, guys, and plug in the air. This thing is pretty much ready to rock and roll. As a matter of fact, it would be ready to rock and roll if you use the other super sweet thing that they sent us, which was this TF card. So all the information about this thing is on this card, right? And you can actually operate this thing from this card. So if you don't have a laptop that you can just bring out to your workshop, right? And you can't bring your desktop out because it's just too difficult, you can actually transfer information onto this TF card and operate this machine from the front, following the super sweet directions that they give you. A 1, 2, 3, guys. Like, you don't have to be super skilled with this stuff. Like, if you can follow the simple directions, right, then you're going to be able to operate this thing. With this TF card, it comes out with all the pertinent information on this specific piece of equipment. The Creality Falcon 2, 40 watt, baby, right? This thing's got all the information on what software you want to use that works best with it, which just so happens to be the Lightburn program. So that's what sends all the information over to here and tells this thing what to do, right? It has like burn charts so that you know what powers to use and speeds to use, right? It has some patterns, guys, that you can practice with to make you feel like, I'm doing it, right? Which we are. We're doing it, guys, for real. It has all the safety features. It's all on this thing right here. You plug it into your computer. They make it very simple. You click, you got your software, you do a little whatever you do on the computer. It tells it which piece of equipment it's using. Everything is ready to rock and roll. Right? So how simple is that? All right, the next thing is this little toolkit, guys. It came out with all the stuff that we needed, right? It even comes right down to the lens cleaner. The TF card, guys. It's got wrenches. It has replacement screws and stuff like that, so we don't have to figure out just in case something was to happen, right? It's got these little tweezers in here. They're plastic tweezers so that you can handle that lens, right, without getting your fingerprints on it, because you don't want it to be dirty, otherwise it's not going to work. It's got a little chart here, guys, tell you exactly what's in the box. Super sweet, very handy. Happy about that. It came with the super cool safety glasses, guys. You don't want to burn your eyes with this thing. You wouldn't want to look directly into the beam. Another nice feature is it does have a little viewing lens on the front of the laser so that you can safely look at it without burning your eyes. Right? Remember, guys, this is a laser beam. Came out with some super cool stickers, guys. Who doesn't love stickers? Like if it was a construction site, I'd put it on my hard hat, but those are probably going to go on stuff like our computer, wherever. They're super cool stickers, man. It came with this quick start guide, right? So that I mean, I don't even know how they could make it any easier, but they were like, here's the quick start guide as well. We're like, sweet, man, just to double check and triple check to make sure we got this thing figured out, because we spent probably a couple days figuring it out, right? So another cool thing that it came out with, guys, was this super sweet stainless steel working plate, right? So you do not have to buy the accessories, right? This thing comes out ready to use. So I personally already had some stainless steel plate that we're currently using because I wanted to keep that one shiny as long as I could, but we will end up using it pretty soon, right? When we find its forever home. Came out with this little cleaning brush, and this is pretty important to make note of, is the dimension tool. Guys, they sent it out here. It's already calibrated. You put this sucker right here on your working surface. You can set your laser on it. There's 3 different tiers here for 3 different operations. It'd be cutting something super thick, maybe cutting something medium, and this is going to be like your super sweet fine engraving and thin material cuts. You just set it right on there, guys. I'll show you how easy it is. There's just 2 little nuts over here. You loosen them up, that laser slides up and down. It works super easy, super sweet. We love it. Okay guys, so it did come out with some of this bass board, right? It's super thin stuff. We used it to cut and do some. They did send me an additional as an accessory. It comes out with some other materials, guys, and some more of the wood and some leg extensions, right? So just note that all the accessories are in addition to the cost of the Creality, which in my eyes was very reasonable in comparison to what some of these things can cost and what I actually had in my mind what it would cost. All right, guys, so the other thing that came out with the laser engraver cutter was this super sweet air assist pump, right? So this thing is sweet, guys, and we put it to the test already. It's a super simple plug and play. You know, it's an air pump, right? You plug it in, right? There's super sweet dials to turn it up and down. You plug the air hose into it, guys. One thing that I just wanted to mention about it, and I'm not sure what other ones have, but I've used air pumps before, and those things can be loud, and they can vibrate a lot. So this thing has like little rubber feet on it, right, that absorb all that. And I thought that was worth mention because, like I said, these things can be loud. And it's nice and quiet. It worked beautifully. We loved it. So now we're just going to briefly talk about the accessories so that I can get to the super sweet cool features of this thing. Right? They did send us out, in addition, this is an accessory, it is their honeycomb workstation, which is so cool, guys, because it like raises you up off of the table. Right? Because this stuff does get hot. It's a laser beam, man. It cuts through. So this gives you some distance, right? And allows like debris, soot, whatever may want to be up underneath there now has a place to go. And this came out with another stainless steel plate, right? That fits under it beautifully, right? But this is an accessory and it is an addition. You would have to order this separately, right? And then they sent us this super cool turner. Guys, this is a lathe, it looks like to me. You know what I mean? How cool is that thing? So this, once again, is something that they send out and you can purchase in addition to the Falcon Creality 2, the Creality Falcon 2. But if you know us, this is like super cool. We are so jazzed up to use this thing, right? It is an accessory though. And this thing is a plug and play too, guys. You plug this thing right into this thing and the Lightburn program tells it what to do. We can't wait to use it. Yeah, so in order to see this one work, you're gonna have to come back and check out the next video because we're not only doing one, guys, we're doing two. Guys, it is so important to be able to do this because you can buy the smaller one which would do a finer detailed work, but you could never cut 3/4 inch material, right, with one pass. All right, guys, so like we put it to the test. This thing cut through 3/4 inch board like nothing. It burnt right through there, man. It looked like Independence Day blowing through the bottom of that thing. It's the first thing that popped into my mind, man. I am so jazzed up about this. I'm not really sure how often I'd use a laser beam that powerful, but we got it, man. And we can cut big old letters out and shapes. It's gonna be so awesome, guys. I'm just so jazzed up. So being able to change this at the click of a button, it refines it, it gives some detailed work. our imaginations are running wild. Like, we can't wait to do some of the cool stuff that we've seen people do, and we can't wait to share that stuff with you. This tool is going to be a part of the family. That's my Flavor Flav.
Yeah.
Bam! All right, here we are. This is where I really get excited, guys, because I love tools, okay? I really do. And that's what this thing is. It is a tool, like my circular saw or my screw gun or any other tool that we have in our array of tools, right? So, but it is by far the most high-tech and accurate tool we have. It was very, very intimidating for me at first because I couldn't just snag it up and cut a board with it, right? At least that's what I thought. Turns out you can, right? But you can also do fine stuff. And you might be wondering, well, what the heck does that even mean, Marcel? Well, I'm going to tell you what it means, guys, right? It means that this is multifunctional, right? We can cut super thick stuff. Seriously? 3/4 of an inch with one pass? Or you can do fine detailed work like these, right? All these cedar pucks that we have engraved, and some of the stuff in the front here, we were playing around trying to learn how to use this stuff, right? There's a learning curve for us, guys, because literally this is our first time ever using something this advanced, right? And we were blown away that we were able to do it because it is that user-friendly, right? So how did we do this? It has like multi-function. On the top of this thing, you can push a button and you can take it from a precise mode, right? Which is going to be like a super fine laser beam. Bam! And it's going to engrave so beautifully, man. Fine details like the imagination right now is endless for me. Like these are the things that I could never do before, like this fine engraving and detailed work that we're super jazzed up to do. Or you can turn it on to full power, which is the normal mode. How crazy is that? And that sucker cuts through 3/4 of an inch of, this is pine, I think. I don't know, or Douglas fir or something. Anyways, it's a nice 3/4 of an inch piece of wood. And that sucker burned through, bam, with one pass, guys. Seriously mind-blowing for me. Because it was like Independence Day, right? I seen it, a laser beam, bam, hit my piece of wood and burnt through and just cut that so beautifully. Like, seriously. Like, I can't even, how do I brag about this? Look at it, look at that. Guys, look, right? It's like, man, I don't even want to cut anything freehand ever again. Are you kidding me? One pass? How sweet is that? So one of the things I'd like to touch on as well, guys, is, once again, it's the usability of this thing. Because we are not tech savvy, right? Between Denise and I, we were able to figure this out within 2 days, though, right? And I did some research on the computer, and Denise, she's pretty much the one that runs the computer, so she took a look at the software, the Lightburn program, and between the two of us, we were able to pump this out on our very first night, right? We were able to cut all this stuff out. How sweet is that, right? So it was pretty easy to use. All right, guys, so to wrap our first video up on this super sweet Creality Falcon 2 40-watt laser engraver cutter, we are going to just make one more mention about this super sweet adjustability on this laser, right? All right, guys, so let's just talk about our first experience with like trying to run some sort of production, right? This thing claims that it can run at 25,000 millimeters per minute. Now, I don't know how fast that is, but it sounds pretty wicked fast to me, right? But we did put it to the test, right? And we engraved like 17 pieces, consecutively just to see if it could actually do it without fizzling out. Because that's like bam, bam, bam. We were like, how can we do this where we can be as fast as we can possibly be and see if we can keep this from stopping at all. And most of the time, guys, I was able to do it, right? The air assist didn't even get a chance to shut off before I had my next piece in, and it was engraving. I did that, guys, by the super sweet trick I learned by watching some guys on YouTube as well, right? We like did a super cool little outline, right? So we knew where to place our work piece. All right, guys, so just want to go over this briefly, how awesome it was to use this piece of equipment. We're so super jazzed up and excited about experimenting and challenging our creativity, right, guys? We're gonna have a lot of fun with this piece of equipment. So thank you to Creality for letting us try this thing out. So far, we're digging it, right? Thanks for hanging out with us. It's fun, man. I can't believe that I'm doing this kind of stuff. I'm so jazzed up about it. So I hope you enjoyed it. I want you guys to remember that we always are going to try to bring something that we believe is pertinent. And we are trying to live a homestead life, right? And a lot of times that comes in at making money a little bit here and a little bit there, right? This is a small business adventure for us right now. We are going to try to create things that are worthy of sale, right? And we're super excited about that, guys. So if there's anything you guys can think of that we could use it for, man, put it in the comments down below too, guys, because like some of you probably already know what's up. We're jazzed, super jazzed. I can't wait to do it.
All right, everyone, if you guys enjoy our content, please be sure to give us a big thumbs up.
Bam!
Ring that notification bell.
Heck yeah, it's down there, man.
Share our videos.
That's what I do, guys, and I brag about it every time.
Be sure to subscribe, you guys, if you haven't already.
Heck yeah, man. I wouldn't wait not 1 second longer.
All right, you guys, thanks for watching.
We'll see you on the next one.
Peace.
Bye.